You've submitted your clothing brand marketing videos and I'm going to roast them. If you don't know who I am, my name's Elijah, and over the last 6 years, I've created marketing content with clothing brands. And today we're going to see what you guys got. Let's watch and analyze the first one of your videos right now. Wow. There are 3 criteria I'm going to be using to critique your content today. The first being storytelling. How do you use conflict and resolution? Second is production value. It's your editing, your cinematography, lighting, and audio. Finally is your short form application. That's how you use hooks, retention, and a payoff. Because you can create a wonderfully looking video with a great story, but if it's not suited for social media short form, well, it's not really going to do much at the end of the day. With this first video, it's clear that it's some kind of collaboration between a gym brand and some kind of fitness or nutrition supplements brand. And I really enjoy the idea, first of all, of 2 different brands that sell 2 different products with the same audience collaborating together. I think many different clothing brands can use this kind of collaboration to really leverage the audience of other brands without it just being the traditional boring collaborations that we've always seen. This is super creative. And of course, the first thing that sticks out to me is the high production value. However, that's quickly offset by the lack of storytelling. And it's just simply a pretty video, but it's a montage. Like, that's it. There's no real conflict or resolution to it. And so I would really like to see some kind of idea. For example, what if there was a character that can't lift the weight until they consume whatever the supplement is, like a pre-workout or something, and they're wearing the clothing product, of course. And so it's really comical, highly exaggerated. You see them really, they've got the weight there, super heavy. They can't lift it. They have a drink, and then of course it comes off the ground and it's like easy. Finally, in terms of short form application, I don't know if it's exactly there. What I'm looking for is that every new shot reveals some kind of new information. And in this case, it doesn't. I get the point very early on that yes, okay, they're in the gym, they're working out, they're drinking, they're wearing clothes. Like what's the point? The video really didn't need to be 60 seconds long. Overall, fantastic video. Looks beautiful. Let's go on to the next one. My guess from this is that this is some clothing brand in the motorcycle niche for bikers. First reaction, you really killed me with the hook being turn your phone to the side. That immediately killed your retention because people decide if they're going to stay or go within the first 2 seconds. And so you're really telling them, well, you may as well leave because, yeah, I've got nothing for you in the first 2 seconds other than turn your phone to the side. My suggestion is just to shoot in portrait. Like, don't even bother doing the landscape because then you do have to do the whole awkward thing where you're asking your audience to turn the phone to the side, and I just don't know a very intuitive way to do that without killing your retention. I see at the end that you put the quote, become the trailblazer, create your own path. And so I suppose that's some kind of story that you're trying to tell, but I don't feel that was really communicated to me. There wasn't much substance in it. Like, it was a lifestyle video, again, similar to the first one, maybe just a montage of a few key shots showing showing someone demonstrating activity. But I would prefer if there was a story, for example, maybe they're on a bush track and the GPS or the phone dies, and then they use it as an opportunity to explore. I feel a story like that would really embody that quote that you've got here, which is become the trailblazer, create your own path. But I need to give credit where credit is due. Small brands creating films like this is already so very difficult, so well done. Keep at it. Just up the reps and the consistency and frequency at which you're creating them, and over time you get heaps better. By the way, if you're wondering how do I get my campaigns on here for me to review, all of these people have submitted them via the Super Fan Club. It's a free community of brand owners. You can use the link in the description to join, and heck, maybe you'll be on the next video. But for now, let's go on to the next campaign. Cool, short and sweet, I like it. I think this video is probably trying to be one of those the product speaks for itself kind of videos, and I mean, heck, it's not my style, but if you like it, then maybe that works for you. But it always helps to make videos that work by themselves, even if the product was so crap, they would just be seen by so many people and enjoyed, because, you know, if you can do both, like, why not do both? So one thing I see that you're trying to accomplish is these cool transitions, but my feeling is that they aren't really working. There could be some better flow to what you're doing. So here are my few tips on how to improve those transitions. Number one, learn how to do some masking. All right, this is a more complicated visual effects technique, but not so complicated that a fairly new person to video editing couldn't learn it. Premiere Pro has it. After Effects definitely has it. If all you're doing is Premiere Pro, that's a great place to start. You can do these cool shots where someone walks across the screen and then there's like the cut is hidden in that. You've probably seen it in some movies or maybe some other Instagram content, but I think that would probably work well for this video. Second is rhythm. Cut at consistent intervals to the music to create an expectation, and then break it at particular points to draw attention to that moment. And that's really pattern breaking is what we call it. And so I think that's going to get people to feel the video a lot more, that if your cuts are like boom, 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 versus just randomly. The third and final thing is flow. Keep everything in the same direction in terms of how it's moving in the screen. So if everything's going to the right, don't suddenly move to the left. Or if everything's going forward, don't suddenly move back. It'll just help with how the video feels, and it'll leave your viewers saying, well, I don't know why that worked so well, but it just did. Cool. I see that you're trying to make some lifestyle content here, and I think that's a great move for any brand that's actually trying to create a brand, not just be like a drop shipper. The problem is I can't really tell what that lifestyle is from this content. That means it's either too broad or you just haven't done a good job at communicating it, because you've got like someone working, you've got basketball, you've got them on the train. I don't really know how all these ideas are connected and therefore who your brand is for. Another thing is that it feels to me as if someone's gone, I'm going to make lifestyle content for my clothing brand. And so they kind of force it out, they squeeze it out. Where we really need to be at with content creation is to create a video that could exist even if the brand didn't. In other words, don't be making lifestyle content as an afterthought, but rather make it the whole point of everything that you're doing and really infuse as much substance into it as you can, more than just having a generic montage. When I see this video, the thing that comes to mind is it would be awesome to show some really interesting perspectives and angles. Some examples are POV shots, perspective of the hoodie. Like imagine if you actually attach the camera to the hoodie and like as they open the closet door, we see them looking in. What if you did it from the perspective of the shoes, or top down, like third person, as if it's a video game like you're in GTA 5. You could do that with one of those action cameras and a selfie stick. What if the whole video was from the perspective of a security camera? Or how about about webcams or phone cameras? Like it's just like the selfie camera, and that's when they're using their phone and they're taking photos, and you just see the whole thing through that perspective. Changing it up and having these stylistic elements can really enhance the production and also make it more applicable for short form content, because we want to see something that we don't usually see. I don't just want to see the perspectives that I'm used to. All right, we've got 2 more of these videos to go. Stick with me. This is getting good. I've got some favorites saved for last. Wow, so there you go. It's a Prnthood, of course, a brand for parents, I guess, raising kids. And look, the production value is certainly there. Like, you got good lighting, the microphones. One of them cuts out at one point, so I'd fix that up. I'd turn the music down a little bit. The use of A-roll and B-roll, fantastic, so that's really on point. My main takeaway from this video is I just think about it from your perspective. I think most people are going to be watching my video right now and thinking, wow, this is cringe. Like, I don't know that I would post this for my brand. I mean, that's fine. Maybe that's not your style. But for a small brand like this, 70 likes, 10 comments, and 34 shares, that ratio is off the charts. And that says to me that people share content that they emotionally connect with. Heck, maybe you weren't the target demographic, or if someone that thinks that they weren't the target demographic, that's why they might not like it. However, someone who is, if other parents are watching a video like this, heck, they're going to be so into it. And so I think that's like, it reached the target audience. I think they really appreciated it. One thing that I would change for next time is to do POV storytelling instead of helicopter storytelling. What's the difference? Helicopter storytelling is saying this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's simply recounting a series of events, whereas POV storytelling is giving specific detail, bringing you as the audience into the story as if you were actually there. And a few elements that are going to help you with your POV storytelling are using context. Where, when, what, and who is there. Also your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What can you touch? Then dialogue. Actually saying things that were said by others in the scene, and that's really going to take me there with you. And finally, emotion. What does it make you think? What does it make you feel when that is happening? And that's why it's very different to say, I was tired, I was exhausted because I was raising kids, versus it was 3 a.m. and the sound of my child was ringing through my ears. Two very different, and one much more effective than the other. Well, thanks very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then click the one on screen right now where I break down Rude's content strategy, and I share exactly how they got to 900,000 followers over the last few years. And if you would like to submit your own clothing campaign for our next Tough Love Teardown, then join the link in the description for the Super Fan Club, and you can do so there. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.